Hello there, and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm, of course, George. Welcome on to the channel, everybody. And we're talking about Liverpool today, the Liverpool game, which ended, of course, in a 3-3 draw. Bit of a humdinger in the end. And obviously, I didn't talk about Chelsea, and we won the Chelsea game as well, of course. Absolutely fantastic. Leeds are looking a lot better than we did about a week ago. Although the changes happened about a week ago in the City game last Saturday. 3-2 loss. We've now scored 8 goals against 3 of the most potent and best, in inverted commas, teams in the division. Man City, Chelsea, then Liverpool. 4 points from the 2 home games. Chelsea was a fantastic result, of course, on Wednesday. Leeds really putting Enzo Maresca's side to the sword. Fantastic result that. But then Liverpool as well added on to this. Great point in the end, and you're always going to take a late equaliser, aren't you? As a token of a point, people saying tin pot sort of situations, celebrations of a draw, but I think when you go 2-0 down, then you go 3-2 down, that you salvage it in the dying moments, added on time of the game. You're going to celebrate, aren't you? As if it's a bit of something special there. And obviously, we'll break it down here. Obviously, Tanaka got the goal. Tanaka got the goal as well. Got a goal on Wednesday, didn't he, as Leeds United? Like I said, beat Chelsea. So a week ago, we were talking about Daniel Farke, but and I was not confident at all about the Chelsea match at all. I thought we'd get beat. Obviously, turned out we didn't. Great result, and then the Liverpool one is another. It feels almost like a win, doesn't it? When you salvage it from the jaws of defeat in the last minutes of the game. It's always feeling more like a win than anything else. And obviously, it's just a point. We are now sitting 3 points above the relegation zone. West Ham, I think, might be playing currently as I'm recording this. So I don't know the score just at the moment, but. Look, obviously, hopefully West Ham drop points and we stay 3 points above it. 15 points from 15 games. It, still averaging out as a point a game. And Daniel Farke is saving his job, really, and that's fair enough. I think, obviously I was very much Farke out. I think a lot of people were. I think for now we can kind of temper that. We can say, all right, it's still caution, though, I think for me. I mean, the 2 home games against, like I said, one of the 2 of the more, prestigious and fantastic sides in the division. I know Liverpool are really struggling this time, but still, it's still Liverpool, isn't it? You play up against Liverpool any point you get, if it's a win or if it's a draw or if it's 3 points, you're going to be happy with it. So yeah, and that's just the caution that I have is, can we do it, away at Brentford, because Brentford's a massive game now. They're 7 points above the drop. I think they're 4 points above us at the moment. They played a day as well, so hopefully, again, from our point of view, they drop points as well, and then we can, go into the game at the G-Tech feeling a little bit more, full of confidence. Obviously, happy memories of that ground as well, of course, but and some very unhappy memories as well. We got absolutely thumped the last time we went there, if I remember rightly, but. Yeah, look, that's the caution that I have. It's two of the best teams we're playing at Ellen Road, which the atmosphere is always absolutely raucous when that happens. And like I said, people calling it, laughing at the point that we were so excited by, but it means a lot for Leeds, going up against a team like Liverpool, getting a point in a game where they salvaged it from like I said, the jaws of defeat. I think people are very in the right to celebrate, extensively. Although obviously I have been in the past, known to to badmouth or cut out, fans that do absolutely go bonkers at a draw, because it was a draw at the end of the day. We didn't win the game, but I think just the way that we wrestled it back. I mean, all the goals in that game were pretty poor, let's be honest. I think the only one that was worth noting was Szoboszlai's in the 80th minute to put Liverpool 3-2 up beforehand. Hugo Ekitike's, both of his goals. I mean, the first one was a nice finish, but obviously it was a horrible mistake from Joe Rodon. And, very unlike him, he's usually very steady, but he just took his eye off the ball, rolled it into Ekitike, and he finishes it off nicely. The second goal is a bit of a mess. Obviously it's just onside. And then we come back into it. The penalty, it swings on a penalty decision that is ridiculous, in my opinion. Not the fact that we got it. It was the fact that what on earth was Konate doing? I have absolutely no idea. Willie Gnonto's going out of play. He's going nowhere if he's not going out of play. And he just slides in. Obviously, he does catch him, but Gnonto's going to make accentuate every bit of that that touch on him, and then it's a penalty all day long. I don't know why they've even gone to VAR, to be honest with you. And it all swings on that. Calvert-Lewin puts it in. Lovely penalty. He'd have enjoyed that being ex-Everton, of course. And then, it just goes from there. We have the momentum. It's poor defending from Liverpool to let Stack put it in for 2-2. And then, like I said, Szoboszlai's a nice finish. Lovely bit of play, actually, isn't it? McAllister jumps over the ball and Szoboszlai hits it in for 3-2. Lovely, measured finish into the corner. And then it's we don't give up. We don't give up the ghost. We keep going to Leeds, and there was 9 minutes of added on time, and we scored in the 6th minute of added on time. It was great. Tanaka, everybody loves Tanaka, and if it's him that scores a winning goal, an equalising goal, or a goal at all, that one on Wednesday was a lovely effort as well. I know Sanchez was in the Chelsea goal was particularly disappointed with it, but it was a lovely hit. This one, more important, bounced into the ground and into the net. It reminded me a little bit of the one he scored at Sheffield United last season, in the dying moments to effectively win the game. I know Joel Perreault hit another one for 3-1. It was a lovely goal, was that as well. But Ayo's goal won the game, and it reminded me a little bit of that one. Back post kind of fumbled it in, from a corner, but it was into the ground and into the net. But and then the scenes unravelled afterwards. But for me, we've just got to be a bit cautious. I think these 2 games, fantastic, 4 points. I didn't see that coming. I fully expected us to lose both games, and for Daniel Farke to be sacked today or Monday or tomorrow. But as it is, obviously we will. They will back Farke, and why not? But I do worry that it has, parallels for me with the situation a few years ago with Jesse Marsh, where we won at Anfield, which was an incredible performance and win. We then beat Bournemouth at Ellen Road in another topsy-turvy game, a 4-3 win, wasn't it? With, I think, Somerville scoring the winner on that day, didn't he? I think we came from behind again as well. And you do think, obviously it's not 6 points this time, it's 4 points, and the opposition is, obviously one is Liverpool, the other one is Chelsea. Much better opponent, than Bournemouth. Having said that, they both drew, didn't they? They drew 0-0, Bournemouth and Chelsea yesterday. But I would say that the win over Chelsea, it is massive, and obviously Liverpool is Liverpool regardless of how they're performing this time round. Obviously Arne Slot very much under pressure. Mo Salah has come out obviously to say some choice words and really damn himself with the Liverpool fans, because it's just not good enough. That, I mean, he obviously didn't play a minute yesterday. I think he came off the bench, did he, in the previous game against Sunderland? I'm not sure, but he didn't play a minute yesterday, and that for me is very odd, because Mo Salah has, especially in his short games against Leeds United, very few games against Leeds United, he loves a goal. He scored plenty of goals against Leeds in the time that we faced them when we were up in the Premier League a few years ago. He was scoring goals for fun. So to leave him out of game yesterday was a little bit odd. Obviously, Mo Salah's been saying they have no relationship, himself and Arne Slot. Um, Slots obviously chose other players in his place. So, maybe Salah, it's the end of his time at Liverpool, and maybe he goes in January. But yeah, I think the storyline will be that. But for ourselves, it's a great point. We've fought to the end. The changing system is excellent, but we've got to back this up, because if we can't go to Brentford and get at least something, preferably obviously a win, which I believe they're fully in the capabilities of doing. If they don't and we lose the game, you've got to say, well, those two games have really damned us now, because yeah, it's the same position as Jesse was in, and he didn't get sacked till February. But we wait to see if they can back it up at Brentford. Then it's for me, the absolute doubts are going away. That with the moment, the changing system is what we needed. Farke deserves a lot of credit for that. To be quite honest, that where credit's due, he changed it, and for those two games, are the home games. Absolutely, it's worked. I didn't expect anything from Chelsea. We got all 3 points. I didn't expect anything yesterday. And, even going into the last knockings of it, we ended up salvaging a point. So it's just to be cautious. But I think the 3-5-2 is what we should have been playing from the very start of the season. I think we'd have a few more points on the board than we do just already now with the 15. But we're taking it along okay. I just don't want them to make the same mistake of, yeah, it's absolutely fine. There is a reason why our form was at such a low point before that Chelsea game. But now, obviously, if they do get anything off Brentford on next Sunday, then I will be completely, completely off the sort of Farke out bandwagon. Not that I'm on it now, but I'm just waiting to see what happens on Sunday, because next week, because we can't be we can't sit on our laurels and say, hey, he's got 4 points off those two tricky games, all right, and we played well. We should have maybe ended up with a point at City as well, which would make it obviously 5, and that would be absolutely fantastic. The teams, the next 3 are games where you kind of would say we should be maybe at least winning 2 of these games, and I'd have to say if we don't, then it's again, it's sort of you're in the realm of sort of a situation where you're looking at it and he's saying, actually, we need to make a change. But at the moment, it was a fantastic couple of results, and the boys are fighting for the shirt, fighting for Daniel as well, which is really, really good to see as well. Obviously, changing system has helped them a lot, and we're showing ourselves up to be, a really hard to beat side just now. Obviously, we need to let the back door closed. That is 4 goals conceded, and all 4 of them have been really a bit shoddy, apart from the Szoboszlai goal last night. But the other 3 that we've let in, pretty poor, to be fair, aren't they? Those 2 Liverpool ones and that Neto goal on Wednesday. So we need to keep the back door closed, really. I think defensively we need to be a little bit better, but we've shown our upturning attacking prowess, and obviously Nemecha was injured for yesterday's game. But Dom Calvert-Lewin is 3-3 now, and obviously Tanaka with a 2-2, and it's going a lot better. Attacking wise, you can feel a little bit more better about that, and the fact that Leeds are going in the right direction there. Obviously, Noro Okafor, I think bright start, wasn't it, last night, but he faded off it a little bit, and it's up to Daniel to tweak the team as he sees fit. If Nemecha's out injured for any more, then for the Brentford game. So as January ticks in as well, we need more reinforcements. I think that's completely obvious, but the more points on the board, I think the less players we do probably need at this current moment. I would say we probably need about 3. Three players maybe in, and they're all attacking options. Obviously, he's starting to play the wing backs as wingers now, so the wingers aren't essentially potentially a key a key component to this, the way that we set up at the moment. Obviously, all attacking players can generally play anywhere along the front kind of four, can't they? So you've got to, take that into account as well. But let's wait and see what happens in the coming weeks. Hopefully, we pick up. We do get a result at Brentford, and we move on from there. Palace and then Sunderland. Like I said, the games that you'd expect. Palace is the home match, I think. Not sure if Sunderland's home as well. It might be. I haven't really had a look just now, but the home games are pivotal. The atmosphere is absolutely electric, and I'm sure it was part of the reason why Leeds United got over got a draw yesterday in the very last moments. The boys kept going and got the point in the end. But I would say, yeah, it's just one of caution from me today, just to say, brilliant couple of games. The atmosphere absolutely fabulous, but just keep an eye on on it as well, because 2 games doesn't really mean a great deal in the grand scheme of it. Yes, we've got 4 points and it's great. The teams have taken it off, but I don't want Leeds to be in a position that we were in a few years ago, last time in the Premier League, where they waited far too long. The two games, the wins over Liverpool and Bournemouth, then were sort of a bit of a false dawn in a way, and we just reverted back to poor results and all the rest of it after that. Hopefully that won't happen. The 3-5-2, like I said, seems a really, really, really solid system to play with the personnel that we have. And hopefully that, I'm sure that's the way Leeds United will continue to play while Daniel Farke's in charge. And fair play to Daniel as well, because it's not easy to almost admit you're wrong and change up the formation. He's done that, and now it's bearing fruit. So well done to him, well done to the boys. Really good effort over the last couple of games, and let's keep it going. Let's keep it going and get something in London. I know traditionally we don't travel well to London, but it's a game. It's a new game. It's a new day. Let's go and let's get those 3 points there. I will preview it in the week. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. March on together. I'll see you on the next one.